You have been told to wait. Wait for the right moment. Wait for permission. Wait for life to grant you what you secretly desire. But listen closely. The waiting ends here. Because what you're about to uncover is not just another idea. It is the root of power itself. It is the silence behind the storm. And it is the one truth that can shift your destiny forever. If you stay until the end, you will not leave the same. You will not think the same. And you will never again allow yourself to be broken by illusions. Before we go deeper, pause for one breath. If this voice already speaks to something in you, subscribe now, leave your mark with a like, and join the circle of minds that are breaking free. Because what you learn here is not entertainment. It is survival. It is mastery. Now, let us begin. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a battlefield. The ground beneath your feet still carries the scars of those who fought before you. Shattered shields, broken swords, echoes of voices that once screamed for victory. This battlefield is not history. It is your mind. Every day you step into it, armed with thoughts that betray you, habits that weaken you, fears that whisper lies into your ears. Have you noticed how silence terrifies most people? They rush to fill it with noise, screens, voices, distractions. But silence is the greatest weapon you will ever hold, because within silence, the battlefield clears, the smoke lifts, and suddenly you see where your true enemy hides. Picture yourself now, standing still, while chaos circles around you. The world throws storms, voices, temptations, yet you remain unshakable, anchored in silence. This is not weakness, this is control. A control that no one can touch. The first mastery is not over the world. It is over your own noise, over your restless hunger to escape yourself. When you master silence, you master perception. And when you master perception, you master reality. Ask yourself, when was the last time you sat in pure silence and felt power instead of fear? If you cannot remember, then you have not yet stepped onto the true battlefield. But today, you will. The second truth is this: detachment is not indifference. It is freedom. The world has taught you to cling to outcomes, cling to approval, cling to identities that change with the wind. But clinging is weakness disguised as passion. It drains you, it breaks you when what you hold begins to slip away. Look back at the ancient philosophers. Warriors who faced death daily did not survive by clutching at life. They survived by detaching from fear itself. They understood what is beyond your control does not own you, and what you release cannot chain you. Imagine this. You are holding a rope. At the other end, the world pulls, demanding you obey its weight. Every desire, every fear, every opinion of others pulls harder. Your hands burn, your strength fades, and then something radical. You let go, the rope falls. The world cannot drag you anymore. This is detachment, not coldness, not apathy, but the most unshakable strength a human can possess. Because once you are no longer controlled by gain or loss, praise or blame, you walk freely through fire. Nothing consumes you. Ask yourself, are you clinging to something right now that secretly controls you? A dream, a person, an image of who you think you should be. If it owns your peace, it owns you. And if it owns you, you are not free. Detach, stand, tall in the silence, and watch how the world bends toward your strength. The third lesson begins in darkness. Because all creation begins in darkness. Close your eyes. See the void before anything was made. No light, no form, no sound, only vast, endless emptiness. But from that emptiness, worlds were born, stars ignited, life awakened, and the same principle holds true for you. Your greatest power is not in what you already see. It is in the unseen. It is space before thought becomes form, before vision becomes action, before intention becomes destiny. Picture yourself holding a seed. It looks small, insignificant, fragile, yet within it hides forests, oxygen, shade, life. You do not see it yet, but it is there, waiting for discipline, waiting for care, waiting for faith. Your mind is that soil, your silence is that darkness, and your vision is that seed. When you combine them, the impossible takes root. But here lies the secret. Most abandon the seed before it grows. They crave quick fruit. They water for days, not years, and so they remain barren, wondering why abundance escapes them. Understand this. Mastery demands patience deeper than time itself. Detach from the rush, inner silence, hold the vision, and then watch the unseen bend into the visible. Ask yourself, What seed have you abandoned because you fear the dark? What vision did you bury because the world mocked its delay? That seed is not dead. It waits for you. Stand unshakable. Reclaim silence. Detach from outcomes. Plan again, because abundance does not wait for chance. It waits for mastery. Look at your hands. They carry the memory of everything you have touched, everything you have built, everything you have destroyed. Yet most people live as if their hands are powerless, as if fate alone decides what is given or taken. But there is no fate stronger than discipline. Discipline is not chains. It is the key that unlocks freedom. It is the structure that turns chaos into power. Without it, the mind is a wild animal, restless, impulsive, easily distracted, easily broken. With it, the mind becomes a blade, sharp, controlled, unshakable. Imagine a warrior sharpening his sword in the dead of night. No audience, no applause, no witness, only repetition, strike after strike, until steel becomes flawless. That is discipline, unseen, uncelebrated, yet invincible when tested. Ask yourself, do you honor your discipline, or do you wait for motivation? Motivation burns fast, like a spark in dry grass, but discipline endures like stone, surviving storms, surviving time. If you wish for abundance, if you long for mastery, then ask not, what do I want? Ask instead, what am I willing to do every single day, even when no one watches, even when no one believes, because the one who commands, discipline commands destiny. The fifth truth waits in the stillness between breaths. Control is not the ability to bend others. It is the ability to bend yourself. You are not unbroken. You have felt storms tear through your thoughts. Emotions rip you from certainty. Fear frees you into silence. But control is not about erasing storms. It is about standing unmoved while the sky collapses above you. Picture yourself walking through fire. The flames lick your skin. The smoke blinds your eyes. The heat demands surrender. Yet you walk, one step after another, not frantic, not afraid, because inside, your breath is steady, your focus is sharp, your silence is louder than the fire. It's self-doubt that is control, not domination, not cruelty, not tyranny, but command over the one battlefield that matters, your own mind. History remembers conquerors who ruled empires but could not rule themselves. They drowned in greed, in rage, in desire. Their empires crumbled because their souls were already broken. Do not repeat their mistake. Ask yourself, who rules you when you lose control, anger, fear, doubt? If so, then you are not yet sovereign. You are still a prisoner. The path forward is clear. Breathe, detach, hold silence, claim control. For when you master yourself, no one else can master you. Now, step into the sixth lesson. Power is born in contrast. Light only matters because of darkness. Strength only matters because of weakness. Abundance only matters because of emptiness. Most flee from contrast. They curse the dark, resist the pain, deny the emptiness, but in doing so, they bury their greatest teacher. Imagine a mountain sculpted by centuries of storms, winds carving, rains eroding, ice cracking stone each strike. Looks like destruction. Yet without the storm, the mountain would remain shapeless. It is the pressure that makes it majestic. Your life is no different. The pain you resist is the chisel that shapes you. The silence you avoid is the forge that hardens you. The losses you mourn are the fires that cleanse you. Picture yourself as steel in the hands of a blacksmith. Every strike, every spark, every burn feels like punishment. But the blacksmith knows, only through the blows will the blade awaken. And when it does, it becomes unbreakable. Ask yourself, do you curse the blows, or do you thank them? Do you run from contrast, or do you stand and let it carve you into something beyond ordinary? Because power is not avoiding contrast. Power is walking into it willingly, embracing it, using it as the fire that makes you unshakable. And when you learn to see contrast as creation, not destruction, you will understand a truth few ever touch. The darkest night is not your enemy. It is the doorway to your greatest dawn. Picture yourself standing before a mirror, but this is no ordinary reflection. The face staring back at you is not the one the world knows. It is the face of the self you could become. Eyes unshakable, breath steady, presence radiant with a power no one can deny. This image is not fantasy, it is possibility. But possibility without action is only a ghost, haunting you with what might have been. Most people live as shadows of themselves. They surrender to the past, chained by old stories, by wounds they replay again and again. They carry identities like coffins, too heavy to put down, too sacred to release, and so they walk, half alive, half buried. But you are not bound to that reflection. You are not condemned to repeat yourself. At any moment, you can choose to break the mirror, to step out of the story that others wrote for you, to burn the mask and stand in your true skin. Ask yourself, who would you be if memory lost its grip? If every failure, every betrayal, every fear vanished like smoke, would you not walk taller? Would you not speak louder? Would you not dare to live as if no chain had ever existed? This is the art of self-reinvention. It is not denial of the past. It is command over it. It is the decision to use every wound as fuel, every scar as fire, every broken piece as the foundation of something unbreakable. Imagine now, the mirror cracks, the old self fades, and in its place stands a figure you barely recognize, yet you know it is you. The you that waited in silence, the you that trained in discipline, the you that no storm could destroy. That is the self you were born to unleash. Not tomorrow, not when the world approves, now. The eighth truth whispers through the ages. Abundance is not something you chase. It is something you embody. The world has told you abundance is wealth, possessions, numbers, applause. But these are fragile shadows. They vanish as quickly as they appear. True abundance begins within. It is a state of being, not a state of having. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself in an empty room. No riches, no titles, no one watching, just you and silence. Now ask, do you feel empty or do you feel whole? The answer reveals everything, for if you need the world to fill you, the world will always own you. But if you can stand in silence, stripped of all illusions, and still feel vast, still feel rich, still feel powerful, then you carry abundance within you, and from within, it will overflow into everything you touch. History remembers those who walked with nothing but left behind empires of wisdom, strength, vision. They had no crown, yet they ruled hearts. No riches, yet they moved nations. Why? Because their abundance was not chained to circumstance. It radiated from within, unshakable, undeniable. Ask yourself, are you chasing abundance as if it is running away from you? Or are you willing to stand still, to claim it inside first, and then let the world mirror what already exists within you? Because abundance is not out there. It is already in here, waiting for you to notice, waiting for you to embody it. And once you do, you will see what the world could never teach you. You do not seek abundance. You are abundance. There is a force within you that you rarely call by name. It is not your thoughts. It is not your emotions. It is the silent witness behind them all. This force does not age. It does not weaken. It does not break. It waits patiently beneath the surface noise of your daily battles. Imagine now, you are seated in a vast hall. Round you, storms of thought whirl like armies in chaos. Anger, fear, desire, doubt, they scream for your attention. But at the center, there is a throne, and on that throne sits the one who observes it all, the one who is not moved, the one who cannot be touched. That is your true self, not the roles you play, not the masks you wear, not the stories you repeat. It is the sovereign presence behind every illusion. And when you return to that throne, you return to mastery. Ask yourself, how many times have you forgotten the throne? How many times have you been dragged into the storm, fighting shadows, drowning in noise, forgetting the one who cannot drown? The ninth lesson is this: remember the throne. Every silence, every breath, every moment of detachment is a step back into that seat of power. From there, the storm obeys you. From there, nothing rules you. And finally, the 10th truth: mastery is not a destination. It is a way of walking. The world will tell you to seek an endpoint, a day when all storms cease, when all struggles disappear. But that day will never come, because life is not meant to remove struggle. Life is meant to forge you through it. The river does not complain of rocks, it carves them. The flame does not avoid darkness, it conquers it. And the master does not dream of an end to the battle. The master becomes the battle itself. Picture yourself now, not at the end, but on the path, each step unshakable, each breath controlled, each silence filled with power. Detachment in your grip, discipline in your spine, vision in your eyes, abundance in your heart. You are not waiting anymore. You are not chasing anymore. You are walking as one who knows. And as you walk, the world bends to your presence, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. This is the final truth. Mastery is not something you hold once and for all. It is something you practice with every breath, every choice, every step, and in practicing, you become unshakable, you become sovereign, you become free. Closing reflection. Now the circle is complete. You have seen the battlefield of silence. You have tasted the freedom of detachment. You have learned patience in darkness, strength in contrast, discipline in solitude. You have claimed control, shattered mirrors, and uncovered abundance within. And finally, you have returned to the throne of your own soul. Remember this: abundance does not await you somewhere distant. It awakens the moment you awaken. It is not a prize, it is your nature. It is who you are when the illusions fall away. So walk forward now, not as one who waits, not as one who chases, but as one who embodies. You are the silence, you are the strength, you are the abundance. And the world is waiting to meet the unshakable presence you were always meant to become.